Hey, hey guys, what's up? Okay, quick thing. Forgot to put this in the actual podcast, but I'm just gonna put it in here. Number one thing you can take away from this video. Okay, this is a video about confidence. Um, be confident in what you're doing, and don't let other people put you down. Okay, there's always gonna be people out there who say like that shit's fucking stupid. You don't know what you're doing. Like, why are you look dumb? Blah blah blah. Fuck those people. Okay, most of the time those people are people who are too afraid to do whatever the fuck you're doing. Okay, and I come off like a cocky fucking prick. I don't really fucking care. Okay, be confident in what you do. Do what you do for you, and love what you do. Okay, um, at the end of the day, other people's happiness. I mean, it's great if you can have it, but you can't make everybody happy. And you being you and chasing what you want is not gonna make everybody happy. Okay, but that's all I got. Hope you guys like it. Like, comment, subscribe. Boom. All right. Just because I forget it every single time. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay? Zeke Speaks podcast. Look up Zeke Speaks on Instagram. It's the red logo with Zeke Speaks on it. Okay? Had to get that in there. Had to plug the podcast. Okay? But today's theme is confidence. Okay? And it's a lot of the time what this is turning into, this like deep speak or whatever that I'm doing for Zeke Speaks, like a lot of the time it's kind of like a reflection on what's happened that day, or kind of like a theme that I've noticed recently. And confidence is definitely what today's theme is. And so basically what happened was I'm gonna give you a little lead in here, okay? So people tend to like struggle to be confident in themselves in like kind of hard situations, right? Like that's pretty normal. Um, what an experience that I had was um, basically one of the things you do in ROTC or the Army in general is weapons familiarization. So you to disassemble, reassemble weapon systems. If you have like a pistol, like a handgun, or like a assault rifle at home, a hunting rifle, and you take it apart and clean it, it's just that basically. Okay. Um, and what one of the things I struggled with was I knew how to take apart and put it back together pretty much every weapon system that you can find in a platoon. Okay, individually. But a couple years ago, I was introduced to what's called a weapons jumble, which is they take apart all these weapon systems and they put them in a box, jumble it up, and you open it and you have to separate each part for each weapon system and put it back together. It's the same, like, yeah, it's jumbled up, but like when you really think about it, right? Like, I'm not gonna be able to put the fucking spring for a machine gun into a like a pistol or anything, right? Like an M16, like that's it doesn't make sense. But in the moment, you're like, fuck, I have all these parts. Like, what am I gonna do? And people get caught up in the moment. I got caught up in the moment. First time I did it, I was like, I fucking blanked. But the truth is most of like what I'm talking about is when you have the training. Like I knew how to assemble each of those. I just needed to go back to my training. Okay, it's like, okay. And how I got over it was I had these weapon systems, right? They were all jumbled up. I had all these parts. So what I did was I was like, cool. Number one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them into groups. I know what each of the parts are separately. I'm going to put it into phases. So first, I'm going to put them into groups. So M9's going here, M16's going here, 240's going over here, 249's going over here. There's 50 or a Mark 19, depending on what it was. I was going to separate it that way. Okay? Then I go into assembly. I start with the easy ones. Go with the gimmies like the Mark 9 or the M9 and then the M16. Go into my machine guns. Those are my favorite, right? And then I go to functions checks. Okay, so I'd group them together, assemble them, and do my functions checks. And so once I broke down that process, it was easy. But I needed to like revert back, go back to my training, take a breath, understand that I knew what I was doing, and just have confidence in that. Confidence is key. Like people might mistake it for ego, but if you know what you're doing, I'm not saying like don't. I'm not. What I'm not saying is don't be like, oh, I know what I'm doing, blah blah. But you like a lot of the time, it's impressive how capable people put themselves down, and when you're in leadership, you can't do that. It's okay to jokingly say it sometimes, and when you know what you're doing, but people need to have confidence in you. It's okay to be honest as a leader, but like don't put yourself down because people will put themselves down and they'll know what they're doing and they'll have the capability to do it, but they won't like people they won't be put in that position because people are like, well, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And that's going to create that same feeling towards other people. And if you're a leader in a serious position, you have to take that into account. So today, how this came up was I hit kind of a big milestone in jiu-jitsu. Okay, and what the situation was kind of like, I was in an advantageous position against somebody, and I'd never like I'm trying to like not be a dick right now. Basically, I'd never like tapped that individual or like submitted them or you know what I'm saying, finished the fight against that individual, and I got into a similar position a couple times, but I've never done it. And today I got in that position, and the last couple times that I was there, what I've been doing is I've been like panicking a little bit when I don't find success right away. I'll just kind of get in my head like, oh, I'm getting tired, or this person's about to escape. I'm like, fuck, I should just try to move to a more advantageous position. Um, and I feel like a lot of the time I would give up before I was beaten. And I feel like, you know, with today when I did exactly what I did on that weapons jumble. Took a breath. I remembered. I was like, look, I've been trained by people who know what they're doing. I've been in a position like this before. Yeah, I'm a little tired right now. Chances are the person I'm going against is a little tired too. And this is like jujitsu is a lot like the army. It's just like you just have to keep calm, remember your training, and don't overthink it. So when things weren't, it was awesome. Like it was like I don't do a lot right in jujitsu. Um, Especially as a beginner, like most of the time you just make mistake after mistake after mistake, and sometimes it seems like there's no improvement. It's a delayed gratification type of thing, unless you look for really little things, and if you do, that's awesome. But today I was trying to apply this choke and it wasn't working right away. What, like everybody wants that choke that immediately people are like tap, like just. But sometimes chokes take a little bit of time to kind of get into. And so today I applied this choke and it wasn't working. So instead of bailing out like I usually did, I just tightened everything and I gave it time and I stuck to my training. And it worked. And it's it was awesome because it wasn't really like a jujitsu victory. It was like a confidence in myself type of thing. It's like, hey, look, like you didn't bail out because of the pressure in the moment. And I'm just saying, I think it's something really important. I got to burp. Oh, but yeah, have confidence in yourself. When you're in charge, be in charge, and just when you're in that position, just own it. Um, because the worst thing is when your opponent doesn't beat you, you beat you. Okay? It's kind of all I got for today. It's kind of today's hodgepodge reflection. Um, but if you guys listen all the way through, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Share. If you guys shared, that would fucking make my day too. But comment on what you guys want to hear. A lot of the time I like doing videos like this, and I like doing the jujitsu videos. So yeah. Other than that, I'll see y'all.